Good morning. Uh, I'm here amongst the houses, kind of. You can see. Got a house here, and another shed there, and another house over there, and another shed here. And of course, you can't see the top of this tree, but the tree directly behind me, I'm going to take out here in a few minutes. Take a little while to get rigged up, but it's a bug-killed pine, dead, and I'll show you all about it. Not all about it. Not going to take a lot of time for the work on the stump, but of course I can preview that a little bit. But I'm going to climb it and establish a line in it and put a come along back here. This tree's going to wedge over, but since I've quit my production work, I don't have any insurance anymore. And that being said, I'm not a foolish man. I won't cut this tree, even though I know I can wedge it over without establishing a line in it. It's got some back lean and some side lean to it, which you'll see. There's only one hole for it, and it all depends on the undercut, of course. So it's not a great big deal, but you know, in my old days, when I had my production outfit going, I'd pull a tree with a 518 Caterpillar skidder or a D6 Cat, or you know, just so much faster and easier. But we had to carry $1 million liability insurance just to get into the sawmills with our logging trucks and stuff, and of course that would cover us whenever we were doing this kind of work as well, liability insurance. I can't afford liability insurance when I'm not doing this every day, and of course you that do it every day will understand that that's the only way you can pay for your insurance. And so I don't take jobs that I know I can't safely do, and I'll do this one safely, and I'll take you along for the ride just as much as I possibly can. Appreciate you watching, and we'll go from here. You know how your chain's sharp? Well, if you cut your finger just walking across somebody's yard, just brushing up against it. Oh well. Anyway, this is the little tree we're cutting. It's pretty tall, and you can see I'm holding the camera level. You can see the back lean in it then. About, well, 2 feet on the stump, but it's really pretty tall and slender. It gets skinny fast. You know, it's only 14 inches up there at 15 feet, 10 feet or so. Anyway, and I can show you the side lean to it. You see it goes up and it leans towards that shed, which is to the south. But then the top, it comes back pretty good. I know the sun's pretty bright there, but you get the idea. Anyway, it's not a great big deal. It's not a real heavy leaner any one way. Oh, that's bright, I'm sure. And this is the hole that it goes in right there, right through these trees. I'll back up here to the stump. You can see my dead tree there. We'll run it right through that hole, and in between those 5 or 6 trees there, right dead center in the middle of them. It's the only place for it. But you know what? God provides, and He provided a place for that one to fall down. We don't have to take it in chunks. I am going to climb it here in just a moment to establish the line, only because I didn't bring my truck with a big ladder. I brought the car, and because I want to, I did some re-rigging on my Bashland climbers. I want to check out and see how they're feeling now. I don't know that they're going to feel too much better, but anyway, that's what we're placing it out there. I'll keep. Well, I don't know how this is going to work out. I'm going to try to take a little video of going up to this tree. Well, I better get my mittens. My rigging ain't quite as fancy as a lot of people's, and I have the zlip. I know that's probably not how you say it, because it starts with a X. It doesn't start with a Z. Bush is in the way back there. I gotta get me some slack. There we go. I might have a little bit too much slack. This isn't the handiest, but it works. And it's safe. If I'd break that a little more, I'll be better. Oh yeah. There we go. Like I said, I know I don't really have to climb this. I can wedge it over, see the house there and the other house there, and it does lean back over these, but it's not that great big of a deal. Plenty high enough to put a choker in. Oop. One thing I do know about is pulling trees. I've pulled a lot of them, and when you rig a choker in a tree, you don't want to leave that off to one side. You want to get the bell, if you're using a choker especially, but any kind of rigging, right in the direction of your undercut. If you have it over to one side or the other, it's going to want to twist on that tree when you pull it. Like I said, we're not expecting to have to pull too much on this, but you want it right. If you're going to use it, you just as well have it right. Right? Okay, here we go. Better give me a little slack here yet. I didn't want to get so far away. I had to. One thing, while I'm in this tree and thinking about it, this is a regular old manila lanyard with a steel core in it. It's a good piece of equipment, and I thought I had the knot figured out for it. I forget exactly what they call it, but I quit using it because one time I was in a big old pine and I started coming down and I was getting more slack than I wanted all the way along. I had to run down the last part or I couldn't have kept up with me rope. So if any of you old tree men like Jerry Baranak or anybody that's used these, if you'd let me know, I'm gonna get me a new flip line one of these days, but all in good time, amen. Well, I'll take a little time to show you that I've been here before, actually many times. These two trees back against this shed. This is the base of the one we have to cut. Oh, and look how nice the handle on my wedge pounder looks. That's in honor of my friend Wrangler Star. I oiled it yesterday. And it looks much better. I think it's probably healthier. So anyway, I have cut trees away from this cabin several times before. There's a couple there. Everywhere I look, I keep seeing stumps. I've been all over this place. I know there's some back here. That, I don't know if it was or not, whether I ever cut that one. That's a very old one, but I think, see, it's got the bark on it still. I think I did cut one there. I know I cut that one, and I know I cut that one. And yes, that one. I can't believe how long ago some of these. That's really pretty rotten, but I know I cut that. See? Well, we've got our line tension, and the storm's not getting any worse. It's time to get this tree down. traveling into the undercut. It's traveling into the undercut. Get ready to run. Far out. Nothing but fun. Well, we're actually a little off our target. That rock there should have been what took the hit. Although there's no damage done. We had this covered up with some chunks of oak, and it's fine. It's just part of his waterworks. It's just it's fine. The rest of this was already protected by some rocks here, but I believe when it got to this taller pine on that side, it rolled it out of its lean, because you can see the undercut in this thing is pretty much dead on where I'm standing, and our tree's standing over here. That rolled it out of there, out of our lay. Although, like I say, there's no harm done. Right? Our holding wood's good, and our undercut's dead on to our hole. And so I think when the limbs got there to that northern pine, which is on this side, she rolled it out of there. And that's something you got to be aware of, and something that at times you might have to make the decision to go ahead and block it down. But in this case, you know, there was plenty of room out there. Anyway, no harm, no foul. I got to block it up for these guys so they can move it around. I'll catch you next time, and God bless you.